Mate, good game of footy. That last one. Jeez, Manly celebrated.
Dan.
Yes?
Dan.
Yes.
That's better, Daniel.
Go the Tigers.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our great friends at Top Sports, Zero Fucks Clothing and onelittlefootyfan.com.au. Don't forget to check everyone out there. Dan, you look great.
Mate, thank you. I'm feeling like $1 million, or more specifically 500, because those that haven't been tuning in, this is for charity. Obviously, this is something I probably wouldn't do normally. But look, we reached the target. Thank you to everyone who donated. There's still time. Hope to see it double because, you know, this, again, not the biggest West Tigers fan in the world, but what I'm going to do tonight, the West Tigers fans said they're going to tune in, and if I agree not to bag them once, which I think is fair on this occasion, I'm not going to do it. They're going to donate, no bagging the Tigers.
So you don't even want to talk about their performance on the weekend, Dan? Dan.
Talk to me, Terry.
Let's talk about some footy, mate. What a round of football we just witnessed.
Brilliant round of football,
some
mate.
Great games, some upsets. I don't know how our tips went. Probably not that good.
Look, I'm going to say they were perfect, but they certainly weren't. Worked for me, mate.
Yeah,
great games.
Some negatives to take out of this game, though. And again, it's the independent bunker who is taking the limelight away from the game.
It's awful. I tweeted the other week that I didn't like it, and it was sort of, you know, I don't like change.
Yeah.
Things change, I don't like it. You got to earn that. But look, I just, during the week, we saw Kurt Mann.
Kurt Mann got kicked in the nuts and got HIA'd for 15 minutes.
Right up the middle, and they said, oh, you got to come off because he laid there like he was injured because someone hit him.
Yeah. That's that. You know, I know there's an independent bunker sitting in a green screen somewhere, but Benji Marshall on Saturday night spoke about it perfectly. You can't have someone sitting 300 kilometres away from a game that's got no feel for it. No. Your independent doctor has to be sitting on the sideline just studying what happened. And if Kurt Mann comes to the sideline and says, I didn't get hit in the head, I got kicked in the nuts, watch it, then he should be able to go straight back on. Absolutely
should. That was ridiculous. There's been a couple of things where there's little head knocks. Okay, I think they're erring on the side of caution, which I'm not happy about, but it's the way the game's headed. But it just showed it to be an absolute joke.
Stark contrast, they stopped the game for that, right? They didn't stop the game for Connor Tracy on the weekend. Connor Tracy got hit in the head, then his head hit the ground. The Sharks trainers waving to the referee to stop the game, called it, head knock straight away, yelled at the referee. I don't know whether Jared Sutton didn't see it, didn't hear it, but there weren't that many people there and it wasn't loud because the Dragons were getting tonked at that time.
They were.
So what can the Cronulla trainer do? He tells Connor Tracy to run back in the defensive line.
Mate, why should Cronulla defend because of an act that wasn't our fault, nor the Dragons, it was an accident, but why should we defend with 12 when the trainer's done everything right by the book? Ref, head injury, stop the game. 3 seconds. Okay, look, maybe the referee didn't see him, but surely someone on the sideline his earpiece should have said something.
Because straight away, Michaeli Ravalawa knew that Connor Tracy was in trouble. And sportsmanship, he passed the ball out of dummy half, then made sure Connor was okay.
Very good.
And then signalled to the touch judge. So, you know, Cronulla are going to get a show cause for this. And my answer from Cronulla straight away is, why didn't Jared Sutton stop the game for a head injury?
Spot on. We did everything right. Ravalawa did everything right. The referee made an error. And I'm not one to jump on the refs here. But if they'd scored, which they ended up doing on the opposite end, but if they scored down there and Connor was still there in that state, what does that say about this rule when, you know, a guy cops it up the middle stump, got 15 minutes?
Yeah, and so, like, the only thing that the trainer can do there is sprint across the field to get the referee's attention.
Ref.
And then if he does that, he stops the play and you boo him for it, right? So, I don't know, there needs to be a better system. But Connor Tracy stayed down. Gerard Sutton can see the ball, see it at the play of the ball, call it. You got to stop the game.
Ridiculous stuff. A real black eye on this weekend's rugby.
Yeah, the HIAs again and the independent doctor. It doesn't work. It was good. It was good to put it into practice. The practice don't work.
No.
Bring it back to the independent doctor at the games.
Got to go back. Now, speaking of not working, mate, the bane of my existence, this try or no try thing. We touched on it last week, but this is full on rant time. I'm not getting excited till I see try confirmed. And even the commentators that are paid to do this job are hearing the referees blow time off because the kick's taken too long, because you've got to wait so long to get confirmed. And they're going, oh no, here we go again. They don't even understand. You go in, you score a try, yay, better wait because they might call this back. Hate it.
You can, the whole purpose of this is if they think it's a try, give it a try. And the bunker's got 90 seconds, and if he needs more time to examine it, he can. There's no difference when you can just turn around and blow the whistle and go, can we just check this out?
Stop.
I think
Everyone
it's a try.
Yeah.
I get this. If you don't think it's a try, you send it up. But if you think it's a try, but hang on a minute, you could have knocked on back there, send it up as a try. You've got 90 seconds. In 90 seconds, if they can't overturn it, it's a try. Yep. When it's a no try, give them a little bit longer.
Exactly right. It just seems so simple.
Benefit of the doubt.
Mate, literally, there were times where Cronulla scored on the weekend. I thought, oh, cool. 90 seconds time, I can start celebrating. That's not what the game's about.
No, it's not. It's not at all. And you see it in other sports that use this as well, like VAR in the football.
Yeah.
Score a goal, you celebrate. It gets taken off.
Do we wait? They got to find something different. Mate, two bad things, one positive. The rule change, working a treat.
Yeah, inside your 40, no 6 agains. We're starting to see the scorelines aren't blowing out anymore.
No, they're not.
And there's more penalties now.
Yep.
So I'm happy when I looked at there's more penalties than there are set restarts. It's brought rugby league back to where it is. We've got it right. You've got that mix right.
The speed slowed down just that little bit, which has brought everyone back to an even playing field. But more importantly, teams aren't giving them away. They aren't giving away the 6 again every defensive set to set their line. Now it's a penalty. It can cost you 30, 40, 50 metres.
Yeah.
You're seeing teams defend properly.
Yeah, and
big fan.
Like last year, you can put a kick to the corner. Your kick chase isn't all that good, so you can give away a set restart just to set your line. Yeah. And it only penalises you one tackle.
Exactly right.
Now, if you do that, and because your kick chase was bad, bang, it's a penalty. I love it. I love it.
Good
Absolutely love it. Speaking of things that we love...
What do we love, Terry?
I don't love this, but the North Queensland Cowboys, maybe we were wrong about them.
Are we eating crow?
We're eating crow at the moment.
We're eating crow, that's fine. Mate, I'm not here to bag any team. But, look, the Cowboys we put last.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say right here and right now, they will not finish 16th.
No, they'll finish in the bottom 4, and they'll get pegged back when they play some good teams. But, right now, the performance they put in against the Broncos at Suncorp.
Yeah.
The Broncos were real excited about this. Adam Reynolds' first game in front of a packed stadium. The first game of the illustrious 4X Cup on Outlaws. Cowboys, and not only did they win, but they got a big 4 against them.
They certainly did. It's going to be hard to peg the Cowboys back in the cup that really matters. Look, the Cowboys were incredible.
Yeah.
Valentine Holmes, former Shark, has really found his position at centre. I was critical of that because of the money they're paying him, not because of the player he is. He's shown, he absolutely towed up Katoni Staggs, who just this time last year was being talked about as near, must pick for New South Wales.
Yeah, the Cowboys are my performers of the week. I was going to give it to the Sharks for that performance they put in on the wet weather football. But, that was impressive from the Cowboys.
There'll be more about that later, but so far so good for the Cows.
Finally, we can put it to bed. Latrell Mitchell versus Joey Manu. Don't want to hear about it anymore.
No.
The game's done and dusted. Latrell won. Not only did he win the game, but he outperformed everyone.
He did, man of the match.
Yeah.
The game's over. I don't want to hear any more about it in the media. I think both players will be glad to get it done and in the past. Great football on Friday night, but Latrell Mitchell 10-8.
Yeah. And just finally as well on this, the NRL nailing multicultural round.
Oh, absolutely. Terry.
Talk to me, Dan.
Highlight, lowlight time, mate. I'm going to leave the positive with you this week. What was your highlight of the round?
The highlight of the round for me was Ray Stone being the only person alert enough to chase down a field goal and then sacrificed himself to win the game for the Parramatta Eels. Now, you don't want to celebrate an injury, but literally Ray Stone sacrificed himself. You knew his knee was done. He could have thrown the ball away, dropped it, whatever, dived across the line, told his teammates to back off. Ray Stone's my highlight of the week. What a man.
Booming football, 100% support. Now, the low light of the week
is from a low life of the week.
It was just disgusting. Rugby league's a tough game. We saw some super hits on the weekend. Mitch Barnett, what was he thinking? Don't care. Sit him down for 8 to 10 weeks. Give him time to think about it and get that rubbish out of your game. I've seen some people across social media come in and make excuses. There's no excuse for dropping an elbow to the throat and chin of a player who's 10 metres away from the ball and looking the other way.
This is the thing as well. And someone highlighted to me, well, it's kind of similar to Jaden Sewer's shot on Dale Finucane. No, it's not. Dale Finucane has the ball and is prepared for contact. Smith ran a decoy, got through the line as a good decoy does, stopped and relaxed his body and was dead still and for no reason got elbowed in the face. If it's anything less than 8 weeks, they've got it wrong.
Yep, it's a clear as day send-off.
He's sent to the judiciary, right? And the judiciary now, if he can't turn around and give a good reason why he did this, it's 8 weeks. Yep. That has to be.
Absolutely agreed. Get that rubbish out of our game. Yep. Terry.
Talk to me, Dan.
It's time to talk some black, white and blue.
Not in that jersey.
Oh, well, it's got to be, mate. It's for charity. Didn't work. Charity is strong, mate. But what did work Thursday night, Cronulla Sutherland a lot. Little brother, not many.
No, and it was good that we absolutely dominated them over the whole weekend as well, but that's a near perfect weather football game that you can get.
Absolutely right.
I was watching it on Fox at home, just sort of chilling out on the lounge with my partner, and before the game listening to it saying it's really bucketing down here in Wollongong.
Oh, yeah.
No team can play expansive football. The Dragons didn't play expansive football. They played the whole one up, kick it, don't spread it wide. Cronulla didn't care.
Yeah, Cronulla said, be damned with that.
Yeah. And I mean, even still that the first play when Ikavalu runs down the sideline, could he have stepped back in? Probably. Gets taken out to touch. But from there, you knew what Cronulla's intent was. We're playing sideline to sideline.
Go wide and we're going to score plenty of tries. And we did. Look, again, social media. Some people said that Cronulla only got on top because Jaden Sewer was sin bin. Look, it helped, but we were all over him. We were pinning them down. Every single set we were starting in a good spot, pinning them in their own end. Nicho Hines' kicking game was put any talk of him not being a half to bed. I don't want to hear that rubbish anymore. It was going to end the way it did regardless. It was good that we had the 12 because Kennedy just said, too easy. Mm-hmm. We were beating them by 40 regardless, mate.
Yeah, now on the Jaden Sewer sin bin there as well, I've seen some people saying, I don't know if it was a sin bin or not. It's a textbook sin bin these days. Yes, Dale Finucane was falling over. That's fine. But it's not Dale Finucane's position to avoid a shoulder to the face. Jaden Sewer goes in looking for heavy contact. I love players like Jaden Sewer who want to go and put a shot on. If you're looking for a big shot and it comes off wrong, you've got to wear the consequences, like Jesse Ramian did.
Look, you do. Now, I agree with what you're saying for the record. If Finucane had fallen into his chest or bicep, penalty, no sin bin. As soon as the shoulder charged, that doubles the severity for me. And I think they got it right. And for the record, I think Jesse had to go too.
Absolutely, he did. Now, 3 minutes later from that play there, Tarek Sims hit Connor Tracy high, and social media was ablaze. Well, why wasn't Tarek Sims in the bin? Because Tarek Sims hit him with his bicep, and it wasn't a swinging arm. It wasn't dangerous contact.
It just stepped inside.
It was just a high shot from Connor Tracy who put good footwork on and tried to avoid Tarek Sims. So that's the difference there. I know we got on top, we got on the roll, but once they got the players back, we kept our momentum. We had momentum going in, we had momentum during, and we kept it afterwards. It was a dominant first half, led by Dale Finucane.
It was. Now, look, I want to call it an 80-minute performance. It was probably a 72-minute performance because they got on us at the end. But we had 11 men in the line. They had 13, and they still kicked because they couldn't break us down. That, for me, I'd put that. We have memorabilia where we smashed the Knights, which is really funny. Let's put that up.
Yeah.
13 on 11, and little brother still had to kick.
Still couldn't score a try. Now, look, Nicho Hines, best player in the park.
Oh, yeah.
By far. I want to say this, though, from Will Kennedy, that was the best wet weather fullback performance. The only thing that would have topped that off, and if he had scored a try, he probably takes the man of the match honours. He was safe as houses.
He wasn't dropping a ball.
Matt Ikavalu, safe as houses.
Mate, what about Killer Guy? What did he have to eat before the game?
Yeah.
Let's feed him that every week.
Yeah, CSF Talakai was really good. And again, you have a look at this performance from him, you have a look at Teague Wilton's performance last week, and you have a look at Britton Nakora.
No, look worlds apart. No, I don't want to get negative, but...
I don't want to either, but now when you're starting to talk about Wade Graham's coming back, Jack Williams is coming back, people were saying that you've got to drop Fafita and Tolman for them. I'm not dropping Aiden Tolman.
No.
Aiden Tolman comes off the bench and does the dirty work that Dale Finucane does. Cleans up that ruck. Our ruck was incredible on the weekend. We missed 3 tackles between our starting ruck players.
That is just unshark-like.
That is unshark-like, and Tolman is a big part of that. For mine, when everyone's fit and healthy, Fafita drops off the bench, so does Britton Nakora drops out of the team.
Look, that's a fair call. Speaking of Aiden Tolman, mate. Now, look, we don't win milestone games.
We don't.
Except the last 2 weeks in a row. Let's make it 3 because Aiden Tolman's running out for his 300th game on Friday night.
It's a fun fact that Aiden Tolman next week will be the only current first grader with 300 games to his name.
What a man.
What an absolute man. What a shark.
Oh, just shark for life.
Speaking of people who have bought into the Sharks, Cam McInnes.
Oh, Mate.
In the song.
He bleeds black, white and blue. Quite literally, in the song, was bleeding.
Yeah.
It was like, don't even worry about it, it's just a scratch. Starts dancing. Now, I've seen him do that for the Dragons, you know, a club that no one cares about, including Cam. He just does it for the Sharks. Everyone turns. He and Nico embrace, and I cried.
Yeah, now, before the game, he did that interview where he said, look, I've got some great memories at the Dragons. Not really. But he's now turned and said, I'm a Shark now.
I'm a Shark.
I'm absolutely a Shark.
I want to put... Sorry to interrupt. Dragons fans, you are terrible, terrible people. Cam McInnes bled for your club for two years. He was their best player. By a mile. Their club captain, and they booed him when he came on. The disrespect of little brother.
Speaking of little brother as well, the Newtown Jets gave the Dragons an absolute hiding. Lockie Miller, Luke Metcalf. You know, we saw Braden Trindle only come on for 9 minutes, didn't really play himself into it. We know there's good spots coming there, the spots, for contention if you're going to get on that bench or not. Geez, Metcalf hasn't put a foot wrong so far.
No, he certainly has. He's saying, oi, Fitz, don't forget about me over here.
I think he scored like 6 tries in 3 games or something at the moment. He's just tearing it
24
apart.
points by himself on the weekend.
Yeah.
He outscored the Dragons across both grades.
Oh my God, yeah. Dan.
Talk to me, Terry.
It's time for some top sport tips.
Another perfect round coming up.
Another perfect round. If you'd followed our tips last week between us, we got a perfect round.
Yeah, you would have got them all.
I mean, I'm not saying that we're geniuses, but we're absolute geniuses. And once again, top sports, we're taking from them. We're filling our bank accounts up. We're lining your pockets.
Sorry, friends.
They hate us for it. Now, let's talk some footy. Thursday night, Gold Coast Titans are playing... Oh, the Tigers, man. I don't want to talk about this.
The Tigers.
But I guess we've got to talk about it, Dan.
We certainly do, mate. We've got to talk about the West Tigers. Been wanting to do that all night. Look, the Titans played 40 minutes of incredible football and 40 minutes of New South Wales Cup football. So they could do anything.
And they're coming up against a team that's New South Wales Cup standard. Unfortunately, I know you said you weren't going to bag the Tigers, so I'll take the opportunity here. But I just don't see a positive for the Tigers coming up. If this game had been at home, maybe you could see like a crowd factor or whatever. There's hardly anyone there. I know it was the early time slot on a Friday. Their fans have given up now. Like, social media is a blaze of people just saying that they've given up on the Tigers. There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Not good.
They've signed Papali'i next year and they've signed Api Coruscant. That's not enough.
They need a halfback, mate. I don't want to bag the Tigers, but they need a halfback.
Yeah, now, Luke Brooks is saying that he's unhappy at the Tigers. Well, I'm sure they're unhappy with you as well because you're not performing well.
Yeah, look, the general feeling between us Tigers fans is that we're not happy with you either, Lukey, so shut your mouth.
Yeah, and I mean, Jackson Hastings being suspended for 3 weeks or whatever it was doesn't help, but... Jock Madden was a positive, but it looks like he's leaving.
Yeah, he was the best half on the field for the Tigers the other night, which is a real shame. But,
and that Warriors team had nothing. They literally scored 2 tries off kicks. They went down a man, and there was still no creativity. There was nothing. They went down a man, and it looked like the Tigers were were attacking against 16. Like I couldn't. Yeah, there was nothing there. There's no positives from this, mate. I'm going to have to pick the Titans to put that 40-minute performance out of the way. I'm going to go the Titans here.
Look, I have no comment on the game this last week. I'm tipping the Tigers.
Well, Friday afternoon, 6 o'clock. The game of the round, 3rd versus 4th.
It's just ridiculous time slot.
This time slot is like a buzzkill.
Yeah, it is, but...
They need to move this to Sunday afternoon. Yep. So you get 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday.
Absolutely.
You can have a Super Saturday, Super Sunday.
This is a Super Friday evening game, mate.
Yeah.
Talk about 2 informed teams coming to play.
Now, the Knights were in that game they're up 6-4 when Mitch Barnett got sent off. They were giving the Panthers a real crack. And the fact of the matter that they were down 12 players against the best team in the competition and still managed to score 14 points, it shows the form that Jake Clifford's in.
Yeah, real good.
Yeah, really, really good form. Now, their hooker, Randall, was placed on report for this game here. I'm not sure what the charge was for him at the moment, so that's something for us to look into.
1 week, hopefully.
Barnett's obviously going to be gone. Kalen Ponga, is the knee injury going to be all right? Probably. He loves coming back against Cronulla. Mm-hmm. Back at home, I think this gives Cronulla the advantage. It's 2 really even forward packs. It's 2 really even back lines. The form that Nico Hines is in at the moment, for mine, gives us the advantage. I'm going to pick Cronulla in a nail biter.
I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to stick with my tipping against the Sharks
And the
because it's
jinx.
working so well. Newcastle, jinx, jinx, jinx. Ponga don't play.
Friday night footy. Now, this is a blockbuster. Grand final rematch.
Oh, you're built
This
here.
is what we want. Panthers versus the Bunnies. It's at Penrith Stadium, and for that, Penrith are going to give him a hiding. Nathan Cleary is back.
Nathan Cleary is back. James Fitzharris is 50-50 to come back. They won't be with Toto, which is unfortunate, but they keep
Tell 'em,
rolling
mate.
out. They keep rolling out these kids that score hatties on debut or in their second game. That Targo's a freak. Tyler May's a freak. Charlie Staines is still a semi-pro, but otherwise, mate,
Look, when Brian Toto comes back, Charlie Staines is playing New South Wales.
Charlie's gone. He's not getting anywhere near that 17.
Talon May is so good.
That kid knows how to play. He's going to re-establish his family's name.
He was a Brian Toto clone.
Yeah.
In that game, and Isaac Targo, man, like I know last year they had Paul Momirovski, and he was good enough to push Crichton out into the
wing, yeah.
into the wing, but. My God, like
that centre pairing is ridiculous.
mate, Isaac Targo is so, and Stephen Crichton for mine right now is the best centre in the game.
Yeah, he's right back to where he used to be. He had an off year last year, but still scored the grand final winner.
Yeah, and I know because his form wasn't that good, they pushed him out onto the wing. One thing about Stephen Crichton, he's always been really good defensively. It's just his attacking game. He got spiders on him at the moment.
Yeah, he's got no ways with his attacking game, mate. I'm going to tip Penrith convincingly here. Now, South Sydney had a really good game, but they came in with a lot of emotion because of the whole Latrell thing, and they rode that through in front of a monster crowd on Friday night. They were loud. There's going to be no South fans anywhere near this place. It's going to be jam-packed with Penrith. I think they win and win convincingly, and I think Cleary will win man of the match on return.
Yeah, look, and the other thing as well, Jerome Luai hasn't missed a beat without Cleary, so...
It looks really good. O'Sullivan's done well. He'll go to the bench now.
He's got to go to the bench. He's earned his spot in that team, That Penrith team is absolutely scary. And I will say this, I'm going to eat humble pie on it. I don't like the guy. Isaiah is the best lock in the game, and it's not even close.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Fantastic.
To start off, your...
Super shattered, right?
It's not real super.
Who's playing?
Warriors and the Broncos.
Oh, the way the Broncos played on Sunday night, mate. Geez, they want to do that again.
But and then you're talking about how bad they played, but they're coming up against the Warriors,
who have been even worse. They should be happy though, because they got the news we've been waiting for. They'll be returning home for not so long. Unfortunately, Ewan Aiken, who's been one of their most consistent players, has said, "Hey, that wasn't part of the deal. I'm not going back to New Zealand," which we'll leave for another time.
I don't get how you sign a 3-year deal with a team called New Zealand, but you don't want to live there.
Yeah, look, if it was a 1 year or an 18-month under COVID proviso, fair enough. Yeah, I don't like it is where I want to go with this real quickly. But look, who's going to win this game? Who cares? Broncos, maybe just. Sean Johnson going to play?
No.
Doesn't matter, Bronx.
I'll go the Warriors.
Fair, I like it.
Saturday afternoon game, 5:30. This is going to be a good game. Manly against the Raiders.
Depends which Manly turns up. Depends which Raiders turns up.
Yeah, look, second half Raiders troubles the Sea Eagles, but again, they're back at Brookvale. Game 2 there. That new stadium looks incredible, by the way.
Looks really nice,
Just got to get rid of that disgusting hill.
Yep, bane of my existence.
I don't want this to be the case, but I think just getting the 2 points for Manly clicks them into gear. I think they win this game.
Look, Canberra can't. If they give 20-point lead to Manly, that's going to become 40 rather than a close game. Tommy Turbo, despite playing a very ordinary Bulldogs team, looked about a third of the player he did last year. Still scored a nice try. Looked like he made a break. He's a myth. Dare I say? He's going to kill us now because of that, isn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a myth, but
I would. He's a myth.
The new rules have definitely pegged him back, and now this is showing that it's more a halves game now. I think there's too much for Manly there. Look, the Raiders have got a big forward pack. Manly have got a big forward pack as well. Manly have got Turbo and DCE. That young halfback for the Raiders, he's looking okay. Yeah. I'm going to tip Manly to win this game.
Yeah, Manly too. I want to disagree with you, mate, but Manly for one.
Oh, and then to end your Super Saturday, it's Cowboys against the Roosters up in Townsville.
Now, 3 weeks ago, I would have laughed.
Yeah?
The Cowboys are right in this.
Cowboys are right in this. The Roosters can't play any worse,
That's
and
true.
I don't think the Cowboys can play any better. But what I've seen from the Cowboys so far is their best is better than the Roosters.
Look, undoubtedly. Luke Keary's come back and looked like he's had no idea what he's doing. Sammy Walker has to have the 7 on his back. I know it's only a number, but he needs the confidence of that. Joey Manu, hopefully now that the distraction is gone, clicks back into form. But James Tedesco, now look, can't say it's not fun to see because of the off-season he had and his comments following, but he just doesn't look like he's interested.
I
Dare you tip the Cowboys?
I'm going to tip the Cowboys.
I'm not, but I'm this close to tipping the Cowboys.
I'm going to tip the Cowboys.
Fantastic. Roosters for mine, just. Cannot believe I'm saying that.
Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, the Melbourne Storm against the Canterbury Bulldogs.
No, Bulldogs. Storm.
Yeah, bounce back here from the Storm. They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. They had that game comfortably won.
They certainly did. Cam Munster was so good.
Yeah.
Jerome Hughes was very ordinary. That's not going to happen again this week.
That's not going to happen. And Ryan Pappenhausen's been pretty quiet as well. Again, these small, fast players that last year had so much space that you don't have it anymore because you're not getting these roll-ons and repeat infringements and fatigue creeping into the game. You know, he's back to being, he's got to sniff around the ruck to get those breaks. Melbourne have got too much for the Dogs here.
They certainly do. The Bulldogs are very ordinary. Matt Burton was a megastar at Penrith. You or I could be megastars in that Penrith lineup. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, look, there was a lot of talk about the two biggest, or three. There's three big halves that moved, but the two young halves of Matt Burton and Nico Hines that changed clubs, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Nico's a Melbourne player. He's a system player." It's actually Matt Burton that's the system player because Nico Hines is leading the Daily M's at the moment.
Certainly is.
So, and the real concern for me from the Dogs is they've scored 26 points. They've spent all this money on all these players.
A lot of money.
Josh Adokar doesn't look like he's going to play Origin this year.
No, look, he barely touched the ball in the game on Sunday night, rather. Look, they don't look like they know what they're doing in attack. Defensively, they're all at sea. A better team would have put them together. Now, they have played 2 games in abhorrid conditions.
They have.
So I'm going to cut them a little bit of slack here, but they still don't get anywhere near this Melbourne Storm.
No, they don't get anywhere near as well. Melbourne 13 plus convincingly on this one.
Done.
And to finish your Sunday night, the Eels and the Dragons. I can only see this going one way. It's at CommBank Stadium. That mental Parramatta crowd's going to be there. They've had the blip against us. They go down and beat the Storm. Going into this game, if they were 1-3, you could maybe just go, are they a bit of a... No, they went down and showed they're the real deal.
They certainly did.
Again, another 13-plus game.
Look, a big fan of the Eels this year. I like what they're building towards. The outside backs worry me a little, but the Dragons, Zach Lomax showed some signs. You got to get him involved more.
I want to say this. At the beginning of the year, you and I were saying that we couldn't believe that the Dragons had Tyrell Sloan on a development contract. And right now I'm looking at him thinking...
maybe they were right.
Yeah, maybe they were right in doing that. Maybe they made the wrong call on Matt Duffy because I haven't seen anything from Sloan right now that says he's going to be a megastar. Yes, he's quick. And yes, his support play is good. But he's so slight of frame.
And his metres are so low.
Yeah, Cronulla had no problems kicking the ball to his chest.
Yep.
Because he jogs back, gets flogged.
Yeah, and you drive him back 6 or 7 metres every time. He's only making 4 or 5 metres every run.
Yeah.
Which is borderline criminal. Mate, the Dragons promised so much early, as they always do.
Yeah, the March Premiers are not looking like Premiers.
No, they're gonna throw that over.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Eels in this one.
I'm going to tip Parramatta also.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws brought to you by Punctured Media, our great friends at Top Sports, Zero Fucks Clothing and onelittlefootyfan.com.au. Don't forget to like and subscribe, check them out, show them some love. Bash Dan and I in the comments, we absolutely love it. Rugby League's back, we're thriving at the moment. So Dan...
Mate, what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to offer up the honour of saying Rugby League Baby to Big Benny, who's a regular on the show, fantastic, the best news guy in the game. Just broke the bank to donate to a very worthy cause. And just via our friends at onelittlefootyfan.com.au, any Tigers fan that goes on and donates, the one who donates the most, will get our good friend here, Benji. Benny?
Rugby League, baby.